So Volkswagen India has today launched 6 special edition models at the annual brand conference, and we've got Ashish Gupta with us to talk a bit more about these models as well as the company's plans. So Ashish, first of all, congratulations for the launch of these six models. And well, of course, the biggest one for me is the introduction of the manual GT, a manual gearbox in the GT version. So can you tell us right now, first of all, in the Virtus lineup, what is the split between automatic and manual?
Now, if you look at it, the Virtus, as you know, and the Taigun for that matter, we have two line structure. We have the dynamic line based on the 1 liter, which starts with the comfort line, high line, and the top line. And then we have the performance line. So if I look at the split between first the dynamic line and the performance line, much better than what we had planned for. Honestly, we had planned for only 10 to 12% mix of the 1.5 on the performance line. But actually on the Taigun, it's currently at around 30%, and on the Virtus at around 40%. So, the performance line has been loved by customers. And if I look at split between automatic, irrespective of the engine combination, automatics would constitute around 50-55% of our sales right now. So, almost at par or slightly higher depending on the variant than compared to manuals.
And the 6 models that you introduced today, these will be launched between June and July, one by one?
Yeah, so if you look at what we showcased today, Arpit, we have 3 new variants. On the Virtus, we have launched a new variant on the GT Plus, based on the top of the line GT Plus, which is the GT Plus manual, with a 6-speed manual. Similarly, on the Taigun, we have launched the Taigun GT Plus manual, similarly, on top of the line. And then we have brought a DSG into the low GT, right? So these are the 3 brand new variants we have launched. With that, we have launched the new lava blue color, which will be available, by the way, across the lineup. Irrespective of the variant, whether it is 1 liter dynamic line or performance line, it's a fresh color available across the entire portfolio. What we have also done along with that is to actually give even more exclusivity to our GT clan. The GT has a very specific fan following, and I think both on the Taigun and the Virtus, you can see the kind of passion it evokes, that GT badge. So we owed it to our fans and the enthusiasts and the people who love our brand to make the GT badge shine more. That's why we have introduced what we call the GT Edge Limited Collection, which will handpick variants and colors from the GT lineup that we have and offer it to customers. For example, on the Virtus GT Plus DSG and Virtus GT Plus manual, it will be available under the GT Edge collection in deep black pearl. Similarly, on the Taigun, the GT Plus DSG and the GT Plus manual will be available in deep black pearl and the very exclusive matte. And then we have also showcased two special editions or concepts basically. One is the Sports, which is based on the GT, the GT manual, the low GT manual, and then the Trail, which is based on the GT DSG. So these are right now in concept stage, but looking at the feedback you guys have given us, I'm quite confident and really encouraged to launch them as special editions somewhere in the festive season. So in terms of launch timings, the lava blue color is available across the lineup even today. From today, it will start hitting the markets. The 3 new variants will start from June onwards. The matte color will come. The black color will come in June. The matte color will come in July.
In July. Okay. And coming to the matte, what kind of feedback were you getting? Was it an initiative by your team, or was it something that consumers were asking for?
Definitely, it's something which the consumer was asking for. I think we set the trend in the market by introducing the matte on the Polo and the Vento, and that had a tremendous response. Just to give you an anecdote, we actually built around only 400 of the Polo TSIs and the GT TSIs in matte, and they were sold within 1 week. In fact, I had cars which were actually taken from trailers itself by customers. So definitely the kind of performance orientation that our cars have, the matte finish goes with that whole ethos of the brand and the ethos of the product in the GT line. So this is something which I wanted to, which I dreamed of, and I made a promise to the entire customers and also to ourselves as a team that we must bring matte. No easy task. Let me tell you, because it has very specific requirements in terms of preparation in the plant, the kind of raw material you need to get. So no easy task, but very proud of the entire team here and also more so in our plant which has supported out of the way to bring these colors. I can tell you also the black will be in very limited numbers. So the GT Edge collection that we are talking about is specific variants built to order. Yeah, so these are not going to be thousands of cars that we are producing. These will be limited volumes every month.
So that's a dose of exclusivity for all you few buyers.
Yeah, definitely.
And but with these 6 models that you have showcased today, are you looking at any kind of a significant addition to the volumes?
Of course, no. But volume, growth has is a combination of factors. The first factor, of course, is your product lineup, which we have enhanced today. The endeavor, of course, by introducing these price points is to appeal to a wider set of customers, to appeal to wider price point or price range. The second factor is, of course, where are you present in? I showed you that we ended last year with 159 sales touch points, and our objective is to go to 182 sales touch points. So get closer to where the growth is coming from in the Indian market. So these are two main factors. And the third factor, of course, is how is your brand positioned? Are you leveraging your brand strengths? Are you communicating your brand strengths? And we are doing that. We have a huge, marketing plan for this year. Not only marketing, traditional marketing, but through PR, through events like today, to get our message out. We do have very strong messages available, which the customers are aware of, but I need to make more customers aware of it. We have the safest portfolio in India. There is no car in the Indian market which today comes close to the Taigun and the Virtus in terms of safety with the GNCAP 5-star rating. Right. The availability of turbocharged engines across our lineup is something which nobody can match. The kind of driving dynamics these cars offer, nobody can match. The iconic GT badge, nobody can match. People are trying to go into territories which we have, brought into the Indian market. The performance sedan, right, the performance SUV, the kind of design language we are speaking about, the kind of brand language we are speaking about. I think these are benchmarks in the industry, and I don't need to take names. You can see around you that people are following. Yeah, but at the end of the day, people know what is original. Yeah, so that's something this is a message which I need to get out to the market, and that's the third pillar of how you bring volumes.
And these are product extensions. Ashish, what next? Where are you looking at? Will it be the EV space or?
See, I think if you look at the dynamics of the Indian market as well, Arpit, definitely there is a big emphasis on electrification happening for everybody. Last year, the EV market was 1% of the Indian market. Maybe it will be around 5% by 2025. And of course, it's doubling every year. Yeah. And by 2030, the best estimates say 25 to 30% of the Indian market would be electric. But you have to remember that by 2030, the Indian market would be around 5.5 million vehicles, 55 lakh vehicles, 70% of which will still be ICE. So any brand, any manufacturer has to have portfolio and strategy for both segments, for ICE and for electric. That's our thought process as well. On IC, our entire thought process is towards premiumization. In the last 4 years, we have made huge strides in that. With the Polo and Vento, our average ticket size was 6 to 7 lakhs. Now with the Taigun, Virtus, and the Tiguan, my average price points are 16 lakhs. I don't know of any other brand in the Indian market which has made such a huge transformation. And I'm just giving price points for the simple reason that it is a major transformation in how we are positioning the brand and what kind of customers are now coming into the brand. Yeah. So it required a massive change in how we showcase the brand, what kind of products we bring in, and what kind of communication we do around the brand. Yeah. These are things which maybe sometimes sitting on the outside you don't realize, but it's been a massive effort and we have successfully achieved it. Now we have to build on this transformation we have done and be more in line with how the brand is positioned globally as a top of the volume premium aspirational brand. We are building towards that, and that's one part of the strategy. How do you bring that premiumization even more, which is by the way in line with the industry. The market itself is moving towards premium. So introduce more of our premium products from the global portfolio, many new SUVs. The new Tiguan is coming globally. There's a new 7-seater coming globally. There's the Touareg available. There's a new T-Roc coming. Which of those products can you bring into India, not only as FBUs, but also through local assembly? And the second pillar, of course, has to be electrification.
So we saw the ID4 while at the entrance. Any plans on that?
See, currently the car that you saw is a test mule that we have in the country for the last 6 to 7 months. One of the biggest things that you need to do when you electrify is to prove the platform. India is classified as a hot, humid, and rough road country. So any car that you bring in, the platform has to be proven for that. And being a large player and a very responsible player, it's very important for us to be 100% sure of the cars that we bring in. The technology cannot afford to fail for us and for the customers. So this is a testing phase right now. The car was in Kerala for long-term testing, so I brought it just to pick your interest. But definitely it shows you also the intention. That we do want to bring these products. It's question of when and not if.
Brilliant. So that was Ashish Gupta from Volkswagen, and we already have described all these 6 models in a different video. So stay tuned to TOI Auto for even more action.